Okay, hi everybody. This is 2-1A problem solving investigation. We're starting a new chapter, and I'm starting from the homework practice. I'm going to be using two separate worksheets, so keep in mind which one I'm on. I'm on the homework practice. That's the worksheet that I'm using, and I'm going to start off by doing the example number one. It says biologists recorded the number of lizards and scorpions they found in the desert each month. In which month can they expect to find the same number of lizards and scorpions? So they have a table which I'm going to draw, and it looks something like this. They have the months, and then they have the number of lizards, and then they have the number of scorpions. And for each month, they have for 5 months. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for 5 months, they kept track of how many lizards and how many scorpions there were. And for the lizards, it says 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. And for the scorpions, it says 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So it's going up each month for the lizards. We want to look for a pattern, right? And for the lizards, I can already see a pattern. Every month, the lizards count is going up by 4. That's the pattern for the lizards. Let's write it in another color. It's going up by 4. They're adding 4 every time for the lizards. For the scorpions, it's obvious. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. They're going up by 5s. So each month, the number of lizards goes up by 4, and the number of scorpions goes up by 5. So now we want to see when these two numbers will be the same. So in other words, let's keep adding until we get the same number of lizards and scorpions in the same month. So for the 6th month, if we add 4 to the lizards, we get 36. We add 5 to the scorpions, we get 35. So are they the same yet? No. Let's try another month. For the 7th month, if we add 4 to the lizards, we get 40. If we add 5 to the scorpions, we get 40. So now they're the same. So which month is that? Because they asked us what month will it be the same. The 7th month. So that's your answer. In the 7th month. In the 7th month, the number of lizards and scorpions will be the same. Okay, so now let's look at number 2. See if I can give you some more light. It's a little better. Okay, for number 2, it says at the end of each day, the manager of a bookstore runs an inventory program that reports the activity for the day. At 10 a.m., there were 2,500 books on the shelves in the bookstore. Every 15 minutes, books were sold. Every 15 minutes, 10 books were sold. Every hour, 25 books were stocked on the shelves. What was the count at 5 p.m. when the store closed? Okay, so again, let's make a table to see what we can figure out here. Um, let's make this the time, and let's make this side, because what are they asking us for? The count at 5 p.m. So then how many books are on the shelf at 5 p.m.? Okay? So we started off at 10 a.m. And at 10 a.m. they had 2,500 books. But we don't have to write books because we already said that that's what that column is for. So at 10 a.m. they had 2,500 books. Now listen to what it says. I write this in another color. It says every 15 minutes, 10 books were sold. So for every 15 minutes, 10, you're going to add, I'm sorry, if they're selling books, just taking away, right? Because the books are leaving the store. So every 15 minutes, you're going to subtract 10. Every 15 minutes, you're going to subtract 10 books. And then it says every hour, 25 books were sold, were stocked on the shelves. So then every hour, in 1 hour, you're going to add 25. Think about what they're saying. Every 15 minutes, 10 books left the store. They were sold. And then every hour, 25 more books they put on the shelf. So they added 25 more books. The only problem with this is usually when we have time, we want to keep counting by the same thing. And in here, I think it's easiest to count by hours. And this is in hours, but this is not. This is in minutes. So let's figure out if 15 minutes they lost 10 books. Every 15 minutes they lose 10 books. Then that would mean in an hour, how many books do they lose? Every 15 minutes they lose 10 books. So in 1 hour, they lose how many books? Well, 15 minutes goes into an hour 4 times, right? If you think about a clock, this is 15 minutes from here to here, then that's 15, that's another 15, that's another 15. So there's 4 15 minutes in an hour. So that means 4 times 10 is 40. So they lose 40 books in an hour. Okay, so we changed this from minutes to hour. Figure out how many times 15 went into an hour. And it was 4 times, so multiply this by 4 to get 40. So in 1 hour, we add 25, but we take away 40. Okay, so let's see. If we started off with 2,500 books, and by 11 o'clock, we have to add 25 books and take away 40. So let's see how much that is. And I know my students are going to have something to say because I don't have my calculator, so I'm using the one on the computer. One of these days I'll remember to bring one home. Okay, so we have 2,500 books. 1 hour later, we have to add 25 and take away 40. That gives us 2,485. Now, let's see another hour, 12 o'clock. And we're going to keep doing that until we get to 5 p.m. because that's what they asked us for, 5 o'clock. So if you want to go ahead of me, you can while I'm doing it. But remember, every hour, you're going to add 25, take away 40. Add 25, take away 40. So you can just leave it in your calculator. Like I still have 2,485 in my calculator. So I'm just going to add 25 and take away 40. And I get 2,470. Then I add 25, take away 40. And I get 2,455. Then I'm going to add 25, take away 40, and I get 2,440. And I'm going to add 25, take away 40. Oops, I made a mistake. Add 25, take away 40. And I get 2,425. And I'm going to add 25, take away 40. 2,410. And then I'm going to add 25, take away 40. And I get 2,395. So at 5 o'clock, I have 2,395 books on the shelf. So that's my final answer. Okay, let's go to number 5.